Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
No one cares about the Club World Cup.
what's the Club World Cup?
So no World
Huh?
Club,
You see, no, but this is not starting on the right foot. Start on the right foot.
World Cup. It's every country participates in a
Yes,
football.
every country.
You have to qualify, but qualifiers is for every country, and the
Mm-hmm.
countries that qualify, they get to compete in the competition for
Mm-hmm.
the best football team, national team in the world,
National
right?
team. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This would be the same thing, but it's not for national team, but it's for individual clubs.
Individual
Yeah,
clubs.
so like Miami team.
Yeah.
So Miami team would
Play
try to
against.
Miami team might play against Barcelona,
Uh-huh.
and then the winner of that might play against Chelsea.
Oh, that's not interesting. I think it's
I think it's
interesting.
very interesting. I don't know why
Yeah.
no one
You
cares
know
about
why?
it.
No, you have to ask me why I think it's interesting.
Why do you think it's interesting?
The jerseys look really cute. I've seen Chelsea's. Chelsea's look nice. Chelsea's almost look very Harry Potterish vibe.
Oh my
And I
god.
believe Serena Williams now is associated with this club.
Mm. I don't know, but I'm very interested in this. I don't
I
know
think
why
it's
people. Yeah, I
interesting.
don't know why
I
no one
think I'm
cares.
more. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Nationals is interesting, but I see the clubs. They seem interesting
The
too.
club should have more cohesion between the team too. The players
Uh,
play together the whole year.
I don't know about this business, but okay.
So if you didn't know, the FIFA Club World Cup is about a month away from now. The tournament is basically FIFA's brand new baby that hopes to showcase.
Oh, it's happening? I didn't know it was happening.
What do you think he was doing this for?
I thought this
David
as
Beckham?
No, I thought this was like in theory.
No, what do you think David Beckham was here for?
No,
He's not on
wow.
vacation.
I thought we were talking about like theoretical one. Wow, it's happening. I didn't know. Okay, I'm excited now.
The best teams all across the globe. And the format is pretty much the same as the last World Cup in 2022. You got 32 teams, a group stage, a knockout stage from the last
Oh.
16
You see,
all
look,
the way to
there's
the final, and boom, whoever wins will be
I
crowned
like
the
the
best
logo.
club team in the world. Honestly, it's a really cool idea, especially
Some
since
of
I
the
feel like a
jerseys
lot of
look
us
really
are very
cool.
Euro-centralized. Now we get to see more teams, the best teams.
That is gonna be very interesting to see because when you think of football, you think of like Euro is the best, the continent in terms of football. It's gonna be interesting to see how they stack up with the rest of the world. We'll see. Are they the best? I don't know. Maybe someone
Are
else is
you
good.
saying some like fiery words? You said
Fiery words?
yeah. This is you think Europe has the best soccer football team?
Yes. What other continent comes close?
You think Europe?
What other continent
Europe?
comes close to Europe?
I wasn't thinking.
What, South America?
I
Why
would think South
then why all the
America.
South American players go to play in Europe?
Money.
Well, wherever is the best is the biggest money. The best go to the biggest money.
But if your whole team is supposed to be your country nationals, but they're all from other countries in South America, is it really your nation's team?
But it's not about the nation, it's about the team.
Yeah, I know.
No, so I'm saying European clubs are the best. That's what I said. I didn't say European countries are the best in, because South American countries
Oh,
can
okay. Thank
compete.
you for the
I said
clarification.
European clubs are the
I
best.
needed to fact check you. I don't know about the clubs, okay? I just know some outfits look better than other outfits.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
From other continents go up against these
I
European
tell
teams
you
to
when
see
we see.
who really is
You
the
see his
best. However,
outfit.
this is
I don't like
happening in a
his so
summer
much.
after everyone, especially those in Europe, have just gone through really grueling seasons. Because of this, there are growing concerns about match congestion and fatigue, which could affect the quality of games. Oh, but Maxwell, maybe teams should just have better depth. Yeah, sure, but do we really need the richer clubs poaching away every single good player? Ones that won't even play throughout most of the year. Have we not learned from what Chelsea did like 2 years ago? Are we really complaining about the disparity between clubs and this is what we want? Prices have been another big talking point. They were always going to be after no one decided to regulate Copa America's tickets on ticket.
It's in the States too.
I thought it was gonna happen in Miami at one point. No, don't we have something coming in Miami?
I thought we're having like the actual World Cup.
Oh,
No, not Club World Cup.
in New
Master. Category 2
Jersey.
is basically the upper level of seating, and that ranges around
Oh, I
$60
know.
to
I seen
$140
Juventus before.
before taxes and fees. That's on the cheaper side
have
for
good
American
jerseys,
standards,
too.
but this is all for a bunch of glorified friendlies, and Champions League tickets are significantly cheaper than this, and you also get way better seats. FIFA is also just
Really, Champions League tickets are cheaper than 80 euros? Wow, that's really cheap then. Because to me, 80 euros to go to like a World Cup run, that doesn't seem
Back in the
expensive.
day, the soccer matches here were very
Well,
affordable.
back in the
They
day,
were like
now
$25.
the sport has caught up in
Yeah.
America. But wow, 80 euros doesn't seem that
To get your
expensive.
tooth knocked out.
Been kind of doing this
What?
thing where they've been making their own rules for this tournament along the way. For example, Miami were personally congratulated by Gianni after winning the regular season championship, not even the actual MLS Cup final. A lot of people said that this was a blatant money grab, and I very much agree,
I'm
but I think
50-50
I
about the
should add
jerseys
just one
for
other thing
Miami.
to this as well, because I think it's important. And the dumbest simile I could think of, this is like if Thogden was a world tournament. This is blatant slopification of the sport. Because at the end of the day, the Club World
Okay, let's see. Inter Miami's playing. Wow. Group A. It's Porto. I don't know the other teams, only Porto. Okay, Group B. Paris
Where will
Saint-Germain,
they play?
Atletico de Madrid.
Where will they play?
I guess they're gonna travel all over the country in different cities.
But if they're in Miami, what stadium do they use?
Inter Miami. In
I
Fort
don't think
Lauderdale.
I've seen it before.
It's in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm.
Bayern Munich. Wow, these teams: Benfica, Flamengo, Chelsea, Club Lyon. Oh, Monterrey. Wow, a lot of teams I've never heard before.
Are they like from like the same?
No, all random places. There isn't Manchester United is not there. Wow. Couple Italian, couple
I think we
British.
seen was that video with the map where David Beckham was trying to create organize with the groups of clubs. Was that the same video that
Could
we
be.
see like the clusters to where they're located, and then he said, okay, let's have something here in Miami because that's where the population will really take to the sport.
No, that's not related. Oh, Barcelona is not there either. Wow, very interesting. Okay.
World Cup is just a big tournament slapped together with no actual significance, and every community is reduced to a number on a chart because the tournament is so obviously trying to capitalize on them via the locations of some of these games. But funnily enough, this shit ain't fooling anyone. I mean, no one really gives a shit about this tournament. The Club World Cup has been actually struggling to secure rights since last year, and it's still having problems with the opener a month away. In fact, only 18 countries as of May 5th have broadcasting rights.
Yeah, that
and
was
only
the
half
big
are
deal.
actually
That's
broadcasting.
the same video. Remember, the big deal is giving up the broadcasting rights. They're not gonna do it.
I don't
You don't
remember.
remember? Wow.
All the games. Tickets were not selling well either, and FIFA was getting desperate. Very desperate. Throughout all of April recently, FIFA was promoting these ticket packs using the allure of
I
a
wish we could
tournament
see
that
some people play.
actually has meaning. One deal said that if you attend 2 games, you will be granted the opportunity to buy a ticket for the World Cup next year. Which doesn't sound
Oh.
bad, but when you read into the terms, it says that FIFA has the right to decide your match and category. And what's even more hilarious is that
Oh.
even though the pack guarantees an opportunity to buy a ticket, clause 4.4 literally contradicts that. Because yeah, you'll have access to buying a ticket, no doubt, but the thing is, you still have to be early like everyone else in terms of buying the tickets. So what the fuck is even the point of this to begin with? Then there's the Super Ticket Pack, which has a purchaser buy a ticket for 20 different match days. However, of the 20 games you go to, one ticket must include either the opener or final, and another must include a semi-final. And if you thought that was hard enough, it should probably be mentioned that there are only 22 active match days in this tournament. Like, does FIFA just think that their fan base has a bunch of Taylor Swifts? Fortunately, FIFA isn't that dumb. You can actually share these tickets with friends and family across the country, if you have them. And after all this hard work, you will be rewarded with an opportunity to buy a ticket to the World Cup final. Wait, hold on.
Wait, stop.
Stop.
The opportunity. Oh.
Stop.
The
Go back to
opportunity.
the part about the door.
Just the opportunity? That's right. You thought, you fucking loser. You still have to purchase the ticket yourself. Oh, and by the way, don't forget about clause 4.4. So, you're not actually guaranteed a ticket for these deals. And on top of that, FIFA can decide where you're sitting at whichever game they decide to choose. This is just loot boxing. Like, I don't think you understand how down heinous you have to be for a company to do loot boxing for a big tournament. Now listen,
I kind of get why now people don't care about it. I think the marketing is not there because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't heard about this until this video. I really didn't think it was happening. Well, I'm glad it's happening. I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, and no, kind of thinking about it, the European clubs, their fans, I don't think they give a fuck. I think they know that they care about what they do in their own leagues. I think
Really?
I think FIFA needed
You don't want to see who has the best league?
I think FIFA needed to hype this up a little more in Europe to rile up those fans. I think the fans from outside of Europe do care because they want to be the European teams, so they like really care. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to show Europe our league is the better
Yeah.
league. So I think those fans do care, but I don't think the Europeans fan care, and I think we need the European fans to make this a big thing. Because here in the States, it's just not the most popular sport. It's like the fifth most popular sport. You know, it's not, and this tournament is not gonna change that either. World Cup might next year. You know, might prop from fifth to fourth. I don't know who it would drop. Who's the fourth? Hockey? Maybe it will drop hockey. You know, past hockey. But yeah, I don't think they did a good promo. I've never heard of this before.
I know this sounds extremely bleak. It's pretty hopeless and definitely not a good feeling when you just see the sport you love be poisoned by people who don't really care about it. But at least we have something that can maybe just take the edge off a little bit. Behold, Gummies of the Gods from today's sponsor, 5. Faster, guys, because these better time. It's really to say first time. Beautiful game. 21 back in. If things aren't going well, code or the link in the description, and a big thank you to 5 for sponsoring this video. Also, you know things aren't going well when you start to see ads everywhere. And by the way, these ads aren't just encouraging people to watch the games, they're still trying to get people to buy tickets. Also, you may have noticed this too, whatever agency is working under FIFA has been aggressively tapping into the influencer market. Especially in New York, where there is a pretty large influencer scene, I've seen a lot of this.
Because, you know, you gotta keep in mind, like, for example, this showed what Porto with
Whatever agency is working under ads everywhere. And by the way, these ads aren't just encouraging people to watch the games, they're still trying to get people to buy tickets.
Okay, Porto versus Al Ali. So I don't know what Art Ali is, but I'm gonna guess it's a city, because Porto is a city, right? So Porto team, people that care about Porto team live in Porto City. How many of those people that left Porto City are here in the States that could possibly attend this match? Versus how many, if this was Portugal playing, how many Portuguese people from Portugal live in the States that could attend this match?
I think that's why they picked the location strategically. Maybe where they're hosting the games is where the population is. And also, the reason why you probably didn't see it is because the AdSense was not for this area.
Okay.
Because there's some commercials that people can see is because it's gonna happen in their area. Or
But
like,
there's games gonna happen in Miami too.
then
I
probably
haven't seen
maybe
any.
soon there will probably be ads for it.
Yeah, I just think the fan bases of individual, cause like, you know, let's say Portugal has what, 4 million people. I have no. Okay, let's take Lithuania for Caesar, because I know the population, 2 million people, right? 2 point something million people. If Team Lithuania played, it's all potential 2 million people that care to watch that match. Now take Konas's team. It's like what, 200,000 people care. You just shrunk it to 10% of that. So it's just the amount of people that care about FC Porto or the amount of people that care about Al Ali FC is not the same that care about the whole country.
But it just because Kaunas is in Lithuania, wouldn't overall a Lithuanian be excited? Oh, a Lithuanian is there.
I
Like,
think,
for example, like those
Okay.
other basketball players, they're from Lithuania, but they're not necessarily from your
Okay.
part. But everyone watches.
That's a fair point. Some would go just because, okay, it's a Lithuanian team, I'm going to support no matter
Yeah,
what. Yes,
period.
some would go for that, but the like people from Lithuania that would attend, it would be just hardcore Kaunas
Yeah,
fans.
and that's the people they want.
It's still not the same amount though. I feel like they somehow need to figure out how to capture.
It's in
I
the
don't
growing
know.
stages. I think
Yeah,
in the
it's-
growing stages, you get everyone who actually is in it
I just
before you expand to like the regulars.
I don't think the States is the place to hold this first time. I think it should have been in Europe. Most of the clubs seems like are European clubs.
Well,
It would make much more sense if this was in Europe and the fans could attend, especially now given with the politics, Europeans are not coming to the States. It's
I don't know when these plans were thought of. Maybe these plans were thought of before the politics of the
definitely.
world of
Definitely, yes.
the U.S. change.
that definitely.
But I know whoever was betting for them to come to the States advertised and promised a lot that they will sell. Because they're not gonna just come here and say, "Oh, we'll host it and we'll not make any money." They
I
intend
think they
to make
will
money.
sell. I think they'll sell. They drop the prices for case, but I do believe this should have been done in Europe, especially first time. It's just I saw two teams from the States. So Uh, and
Someone betted on that.
I don't know.
Me, if I ever sent an email or hit up FIFA, yeah, they probably send a pipe bomb to my home. Just to get off topic a tad bit, here's a quick story about my experiences with one of these influencers. So the story goes, back in 2023 when I was in Thailand, I was riding in the back of a car with another influencer who was from New York. We had just left the restaurant, and this guy started talking about how attractive some of the waitresses were, which, you know, fair enough. He then followed that up by deadass saying that Andrew Tate had once talked about how good of a business model it was to have attractive women at your restaurants that serve the customers. As if Hooters didn't exist before Andrew Tate was born.
That's
Anyways,
crazy.
now this next part continues on with the influencer stuff, because I have a slight feeling that FIFA may have hired some industry clients. By the way, not going to show this guy's face or name because this is mostly just theory. I could be entirely wrong, but something just feels very suspicious about this. But the story goes, one day I got this ad from someone who was giving away a Club World Cup ball. It felt odd because the video was not in the best quality, and also it's the Club World Cup ball. Like, I'm not saying it looks bad, but it looks more like a volleyball. And also, when it comes to ball giveaways, it's usually having to do with the league trying to promote itself. Like, I have personal experience from this because I did a giveaway for the J-League's J30 ball, like, maybe 2 years ago now. So, because of all this, I decided to dig a little deeper. And it only got more odd. First thing I noticed was that the guy's content had a very drastic shift. He went from old MLS clips and other edits to all of a sudden posting videos about the Club World Cup ticket packs. And you know, maybe he just has a passion for this. Maybe it's just a niche that he decided to go into. You know, these are all possibilities. Because since that initial video, he's put out the occasional video about the Club World Cup. It's nothing that's been like very consistent where he's just always posting about the Club World Cup. But some of the videos, to me at least, kind of feel a little too promotional. The giveaway, the choice of words that really lean into praising FIFA, it all just feels a little sus. But to finish this video, I kind of just wanted to talk about how I'm going into this tournament. Am I gonna watch it? Do I care at all? Fuck no, I don't. The only reason this is even on my mind is just because I make content about football. That's it. If that wasn't the case, yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have known this was even a thing. Now, I'm aware that every league,
I did not know it was a thing, but I will watch it. It's interesting. I like these type of competitions. And the good thing is it's in our time zone, so that's convenient.
you know, every company just looks at us like numbers on the charts, but the Club World Cup is so blatant and so
I think another miss for this is the time zone. Once again, as I just said, it's our time zone, so for Europeans to watch it, they gotta stay up late.
I remember your dad staying up late to watch games.
Depends what kind of game it is. I don't know. I don't. Considering if it was like a legit World Cup, yes, they would stay up. But this is again experimental thing, new.
What day is it on? Is it
u-
like on
usually in June? World Cups are started in June, so I expect sometime June.
I just can't get myself to care at all. I've also been asked by friends if I'm going to go to any of the games, and quite honestly, I don't think I will. Unless I really just have nothing to do. I mean, yeah, it just doesn't really interest me. Unless there's two teams outside of Europe that are just, you know, overperforming and, you know, playing good football, maybe. If they're in my city, maybe. But outside of that, like, I don't have any excitement for this. Because for me, this just feels like a tournament full of those summer tour friendlies. And I haven't given a shit about those since, like, 2019. On top of all this, I could go into the politics of this. Oh.
It depends. Are they gonna have full rosters or not? If the rosters are full, it's not gonna be like friendlies. The guys care. They're competitive. They're gonna play. But if the rosters are like, no, they're giving us the B-side players, then
Not a
yes,
B-side
this
player.
is gonna be like a bunch of friendlies. I really think it depends on the rosters.
Hold up, I just heard my comment section. It seems like some people are already crying. Just hold on, we're not getting into it. Don't worry. I'm gonna save all of that specifically for when I shit on the actual World Cup next year, because that will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to that for a long time now. But what do you guys think of all of this? Are you going to go to the Club World Cup? Are you going to watch the Club World Cup? Or are you on the other side where you just don't care?
Okay. Interesting video. I'm glad we watched this because I did not know this
Let me
was
see the
going on.
comments. Wow, so he promoted it too. He influenced you. That's pretty
He
successful.
promoted it more than those gummies that he's pushing.
Oh.
You can run from the arsenal with forever, Markwell. To be honest, I keep forgetting it's happening until clubs want players to be registered before the tournament. What? Yeah, especially the new transfer. I still wonder what happens if a team progresses further past June 30th. But they have players whose contract expires that day. Does FIFA pay up for that? What happens if a player This contract expires, get injured. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, a lot of
Wow.
technicalities, huh?
Mm.
FIFA's branding left EA Sports, but EA Sports logic has not left FIFA.
Wow.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.